Hi and welcome to this year's Yoga Me Happy Christmas special, the end of 2018 going into 2019. Hope you've all had a good year so far. Looking forward to Christmas and to the new year ahead. So we're just going to do a really quick little practice that you can do over the Christmas holidays to hopefully ease your aching backs from perhaps carrying too many heavy presents or sitting for too long in front of the television, and soften up the shoulders, any tension that may arise from the festive season or just from a little bit of excess, shall we say. So without further ado, coming into Tadasana first of all. So taking your heels underneath your hips, your little toes in line with the outer edge of your feet, so making sure that you're slightly pigeon-toed and the toes are nice and open. So lift them up, give it a nice little wriggle, and then plant them down into your mat. Bring your hands into prayer at heart, heels of hands in line with elbows, nice big shoulder roll as you breathe in. All the way up, back and down, slightly tucking under through the pelvis, drawing in through the belly button to settle in. Close your eyes. And with the eyes closed, just take a little mental walk through your body, all the way from heels, through ankles, through calf muscles. Just checking in with the body, any tight spaces, any niggles. Just monitoring how you're feeling at this moment. Again, just seeing if there's any tight spaces, perhaps around the lower back, around the hips, around the shoulders. And take time here as your breath naturally slows down to invite openness into those spaces. Invite a sense of calm, of peace, softening the body, relaxing the mind. Just noticing your breath, where it's moving through the body, where it wants to rest. A sense of softness around the muscles of the face, the jaw. Slowing things down here. Breathing deeper into the belly button, pulling back slightly through the belly button as you finish your exhale. And as it's this evening season of giving, we'll have a little setting of an intention of giving and receiving with openness in your heart. And then blinking the eyelids open, holding on to that thought, namaste. Nice big breath in, raise your prayer. Gentle back bend, and as you exhale, trace the front of the body with that prayer. Fingertips on shins, inhale up halfway, shoulders back, gently looking forward, opening up the chest. Exhale, allow the body to fall over the thighs, relaxing upper back, relaxing the shoulders. Give yourself a gentle bounce here, perhaps a look from left to right to release the neck. And then rolling up, heavy head, heavy shoulders, nice and soft. Checking in with the spine all the way from bottom to top. Again, nice big shoulder roll up, back and down. Next inhale, again sweep the arms out and up. This time swan diving forward. Fingertips on shins, inhale up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees and fall. This time coming up into chair pose, so as you inhale, sweep the arms out. And as you exhale, sit down into that position. So nice and soft through the shoulders, pushing them back down into their socket, pulling back through the tailbone, hugging in through the belly. Nice big breaths in and out. Maybe sitting down lower on the next exhale, pulling back again through the tailbone, making sure that you can wriggle your toes so the weight is in the heels. And then next inhale, lift all the way up into that gentle back bend. Exhale again, tracing the front of the body with the prayer. Inhale up halfway. Shoulders back, nice flat spine. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Again, coming open into chair pose. Sweeping out and up through the body as you exhale. Down through the shoulders, down through the hips. Lengthening out that lower spine again, pulling back towards the back of the mat with the tailbone, softening down through the shoulders. Inhale, nice big lift. As you exhale, turn towards the right, open up the palms, bring them halfway, reaching out through fingertips, palms face the floor. And then as you inhale, scoop the air up, palms face the ceiling, come all the way up. Exhale over to the left, shoulders down, pushing out through fingertips, nice big reach. Gentle twist, inhale, come up. Again, checking in with the lower back, exhale. Shoulders down, reaching open through the palms. Inhale, nice big lift through torso. Exhale. Again, make sure the shoulders come down into their sockets, inhale, back up. This time, swan dive forward. Fingertips on shins, inhale up halfway, shoulders back, exhale, full. Plant your hands beside your feet. Take your feet back into plank pose. Shoulders in towards their sockets. Pull away through the heels, nice big hug in and up through the belly. Push down through the heels of the hands and lift that space in between the shoulder blades. And long, open, even breaths. And as you exhale, bring your knees and your chin and chest down into the center. Shoulders open, coming back into the low cobra. Again, checking in with the low spine, see how that feels. Nice big inhale, lift up a little further, look over right shoulder, squeezing elbows tighter. Exhale, come back halfway. Inhale, come and look over left shoulder. Our lovely Christmas tree. Exhale, come back. Pushing back into an extended child's pose, tuck your toes. Reach forward through the fingertips, allow the head to fall, breathe underneath the shoulder blades. And then lifting up just a little bit further, snuggle the hands forward so that we can drop the elbows and come into melting heart pose. So reaching forward through the chest, gazing forward, opening up. So you should feel a nice big stretch through the bottom of the back, middle of the back, around the shoulders. And then coming up onto all fours. So bringing your hands back. And your knees, making sure they're underneath the hips. As you inhale, lifting your left arm forward. Brightening up through the chest, pushing back through the shoulders and reaching back through your right heel. Bring your right toes down onto the floor, push back through that right heel and send your left fingertips forwards. So it's like a little stretched cat pose. Push back through your right shoulder, lean into that stretch through your fingertips and back through the right heel. Big breath in and out. Next inhale, bring left hand up, right foot up. And exhale, bring your hands back and your knees back into the center. Give yourself a gentle wiggle. Coming on to the other side. Again, make sure all your knees are underneath your hips and your hands are underneath your shoulders. Inhale up through right arm. Shoulders back into their sockets, brighten up through chest. Start to engage your belly, lift in and up through your belly button. Left foot comes all the way back, stretch out. Toes down onto the floor and then right fingertips forward. Again, push back through your left shoulder, push forward through those right fingertips and back into your left heel. Long breaths. Again, keep hugging in and up through the belly, try not to sink into the shoulders. And then inhale, bring arm up, leg up. Exhale, bring everything back. So from here on your next inhale, pull back and open through the chest into cat pose. And as you exhale, tuck your head, rounding through the back. Gentle lengthening of the tailbone, tucking it under. Inhale to open up, shoulders back, squeeze elbows tighter towards each other, inner elbows facing front. Exhale, coming all the way back. Tuck head, lift up shoulders. Inhale to come forward. Okay, nice and lengthening through the spinal column. Exhale, arching and rounding. Last one, big inhale, opening up. Again, this is really nice when perhaps you might have sat and watched too many movies in front of the television. Exhale, come all the way down to lengthen out through your body. And then just coming to sit onto your heels. If that's uncomfortable, you can sit down to one side, but just taking a moment to roll your shoulders up, back and down, reset. Hug in through belly. Nice long breaths, and then sit down to one side and swing your legs forward. So from here, heels pushing out forward into the front of the mat, toes popping their way back towards the body, around about hip width apart. And as you inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, pull your shoulders back into their sockets, so pulling them down the back body, still reaching up and activating your fingertips. So it's a nice big active staff pose. Pull in and down through your belly button, lengthening tailbone. Nice big breaths in and out. Still activating through the legs, opening up the back of the kneecaps. And I'm going to turn to face you now, so it's a bit easier to understand. Taking your right hand behind your back, onto your shoulder blade, left hand onto the right elbow. From here, push the back of the head into the forearm and lift up. Still activating your feet, still opening up through the toes. Big breaths in and out. So stretching out through the underside of the tricep, again opening up through the shoulders. Next inhale, turn to face towards the right corner of the room. So nice big lift through both sides of the rib cage. And on your next natural inhale, open your arms all the way up. As you exhale again, push the shoulder blades back into their sockets. Still hugging in belly, still pulling down through tailbone, grounding the body. Again, we all need a little bit of extra grounding this time of the year. And then from here, taking your left hand behind the back. Again, right hand onto left elbow, start to push back through the head so that you have that lift through the torso and your neck is in line with your spine. Big breaths in and out. See if you can leave the elbow pointing up towards the ceiling so you have that nice big stretch. And then next inhale, turn to face towards the top left corner. Again, big even breaths all the way down through the middle of the belly. And then next inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale again, draw the shoulder blades down the back of the body. From here, clasp the hands together and push the palms open towards the ceiling, gazing up towards the fingers. As you exhale, lean forward into that stretch, so chest forward, reaching open through the palms. Again, make sure the shoulder blades are pushing their way down into the back of the body. You have that nice big forward bend. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, just let the arms float behind your body. Fingertips pointing towards the body, towards the sit bones, squeezing elbows. You've got choices. You can come up into inclined plank or you can come up into inclined table. Up to you, just making sure that we're lifting up the middle of the body, lifting up the hips and lifting up the chest. So nice big breaths. Relaxing the neck. You can drop the head back if it's comfortable. And then gently release, come down. Bringing the bottom a little bit closer to the feet. Bringing your feet hip width apart, reaching forward through your arms. Nice Christmas boat pose. Rolling shoulders up, back and down, palms open towards the ceiling. Big breath in, lift up. As you exhale, hinging from the hips and coming back with that nice straight body. So pulling up through the chest, shoulders pushing down, deepening your breath. Super long inhales and exhales. Try not to sit back into your sacrum, nice and tall through the body. And then from here, nice inhale to lift up. Turn the palms to face towards each other and roll down now. So reaching forward through the shoulders, opening up the space in between the shoulder blades. Again, long, open, even breaths into the belly. Inhale to come all the way up. This time again, palms open. If you want to, you can bring your legs up or you can still leave them on the floor. It's up to you. Shoulders down the back body. Nice big breaths. Keep lifting chest, lifting belly. Couple more inhales and exhales. Next inhale, reaching up. And as you exhale, bring feet down, start to hug around the knees, tuck the head, rounding through the spine. And then rolling yourself all the way down, tuck your pelvis under when you reach halfway, so that we come down nice and evenly, bring the palms down beside the body. So heels as close towards the bottom as possible, coming into bridge pose, so make sure the feet are nice and flat on the floor, grounding both feet, and then from here tuck in through the pelvic floor muscles and start to lift up through the bottom. When you reach full extension, start to snuggle your shoulders under, either grabbing onto the ankles or clasping the hands together. Making sure that we have that nice big lift through both sides. See if you can find your way into pushing a little bit more pressure onto the big toe sides of the feet. Lengthening through your thigh bones. And then from here again, taking those really big breaths into your belly. Find the space around the tummy to lift and expand. And then up to you. You can either come down, take a breath and then come back up, or you can bend at the elbows, bring the heels of the hands underneath your hips, try not to sink into those heels of the hands. And then take a nice big inhale, reach your right foot up. Next inhale, if you want to, you can come up onto your left toes. And then gently planting both heels down. Inhale up through left foot. Again, releasing and relaxing around the hips. If you want to, next inhale, come up onto the right toes. And then bring that left foot down. So from here, everybody now rolling down through the centre line to release. Draw your kneecaps in. Give yourself a little bit of a hug, maybe a bunny hop, and a rock from left to right to relax your low spine. From here, bring your feet to mat width apart and knock your knees over towards the right hand side. Bring your hands up onto your belly and turn to face towards the left. Nice big long even breaths. Yeah, feel that nice unwinding sensation all the way down the back of the body and through that left thigh. It's nice to close your eyes here to focus your awareness on where your breath is going, what's happening through your body. And then next inhale, lift the head and the knees back into centre. Still feet mat width apart to avoid my Christmas tree here as you come over to the left hand side with the knees and gazing over to the right. Again, send the breath underneath the hands. If you want to, you can close your eyes. Long breaths. It's important to give yourself time in this festive season to enjoy your holiday, to relax a little bit, try not to feel under too much pressure to do stuff for other people all the time. Take 5 minutes out for yourself. And then next inhale, come back into centre. And again from here, lift your knees in towards your chest, like little bunny hop. It's up to you. You can stay here, you can lift your feet up towards the ceiling, or you can come into half plough pose, so lifting your hips up off the floor. So knees in towards your head first of all, lift your hips up off the floor. If you want to, again, you can just lift your legs all the way up to straight, it's up to you. And then again, so bring your knees in towards your eye sockets to give yourself a little bit of pressure on the eyes if it's possible, no worries if not, if they don't reach. And then from here, full plough pose if you want to, if it's available to you. stretch out the upper back and the neck. And then unclasp the hands if you have them clasped and take a really slow journey down. So find yourself a nice comfortable position in Shavasana. You don't have to be in standard Shavasana. If you've got lower back issues, you may want to leave your knees up and knock them together so they're nice and comfortable. I'm going to take bound ankle pose together, Baddha, feet together, knees out wide, and just bring the backs of the hands onto the thighs. Just make sure there's no tension if you're in this position. It's better to stay into something that you find more comfortable if it isn't that comfortable to you. So close the eyes and take a moment here to relax the body. Focusing on your lower limbs first of all, starting to walk your way from the toes to the ankles, lower legs, softening those muscles, letting them fall deeper into the floor. No tension around the knees, around the thighs, hips feeling open and grounded. A softer breath now, allowing those open spaces to be filled with light, with energy. Back body falling ever deeper through the floor, shoulders softening, arms relaxed. Arms open in that gesture of receiving. Neck long and wide on the floor. Muscles of the face relaxed. As we focus our awareness onto the center of our eyebrows, our Anya chakra. Again, it's important to give yourself this time for you, to relax the body, to relax the mind, but also bring them back into balance, into connection. And then just starting to wriggle the fingers, the toes. Bring yourself out of any variation. Give yourself a nice big stretch, arms over the head. Big breath in, big sigh out. Let go of any unwanted tension, any unwanted thoughts. And then super slowly, still with eyes closed if you can, moving over to the right hand side. Take a moment here, take a breath. And then back into the centre, into easy pose, crossing the legs. Bring the palms underneath the belly button, face up in the lap, dropping the chin. And as we take our moment here with that deeper breath back into the belly, just take your time, your awareness onto your practice, onto how you feel right now, that sense of ease, of calm. And try and carry it through the festive season with you. And bring the palms together, rubbing them to gently warm them. Placing those palms as cups over the eyes, fluttering eyelids open. And bring the palms down into prayer. Namaste. Om Shanti everybody, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you all back from maternity leave in 2019. We start back on the 2nd of January on Wednesday night at the engine room, and then back from there every Sunday and Wednesday. So hopefully I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you. Om Shanti.